Hello, welcome to Family Movie Night, where we'll be talking about what we watch for Family Movie Night. My name is Mike, and today we are talking about Labyrinth, the 40-year-old movie from 1986. The premise of this teenage Sarah journeys through a maze to save her baby brother from the Goblin King. This is directed by Jim Henson and stars mainly David Bowie as Jareth and Jennifer Connelly as Sarah, and a lot of pretty incredible voice actors as well as puppeteers because it is a Jim Henson production. Well, why on earth would I have picked this movie to watch with my daughters? One is 3, one is 9. And in my defense, I showed them the preview for this, and they're the ones that wanted to watch it. And quite frankly, it was a bit of a scarier preview, so I don't understand how this got through the cracks. But anyways, did I thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs middle this? And I obviously thumbs, I would say three-quarters up with this. This movie is the guiltiest of guilty pleasure movies for me, or at least one of them. And one of the things that I enjoy so much about this movie is just the world building that this is in. Jennifer Connelly is pretty outstanding in this, but I think the big thing is just the world of the labyrinth and the Goblin King, and just the lore of everything is really cool. So that's something that I really enjoyed about this. Yes, I acknowledge that it is a tad bit problematic with Jareth, who's the Goblin King, who looks like he is like 40 years old, scamming after conceivably a teenager. That does not have a great look. And apparently, according to my sister, there is in the book he's younger. So, or at least he presents younger. So that kind of makes it a little bit better, but also it's still kind of icky. Overall, just the world and the journey that everybody goes on with this is a lot of fun. It's a pretty stacked journey with lots of great characters, and moreover, it's just fun. It's just a fun adventure throughout different lands within this area. I feel like this could have been a really interesting and fun, or it could have had an interesting and fun sequel because there was a comic run where Toby has to go back to the labyrinth, and I think that would have been interesting. I just don't think that we're ever going to get go back to this again. I was reading up that Jim Henson was pretty disheartened about how unsuccessful this was at the box office, which that kind of does bum me out a lot, but also at the same time, it's still really, really great. So what? So those are the things that I liked, and this is also a movie that I watched a lot as a kid. What I didn't like about this movie is again the age gap difference that didn't great. That wasn't great. I don't know. Some of I think it takes a couple steps too far, and I think you feel its length a little bit with some of the things that's going on with this. I feel like, did we really need to have like another person here? Because we have Ludo, we have Hoggle, Sir Didymus, and such. But overall, well, okay, maybe that's not as many as I thought, but overall, yeah, I did feel its length. And I think where I felt its length the most is that pretty much after they get Sir Didymus, everything between there and just going, so like everything with the trash lady and everything just to get into like the main goblin village, just it starts to drag on a little while. The final sequence also is a little disorienting for somebody who gets a little motion sick at times. That was a little disorienting. I think it's interesting that David Bowie was cast in this. David Bowie is, not normally known for his acting chops, but I quite enjoyed David Bowie in this. I did read that the studio originally wanted Michael Jackson in this role, and I don't think that would have worked at all. So I'm glad that they picked David Bowie for this. And then what did I learn from this? Ultimately, it's be careful what you wish for, and the best things are the ones that you got to work the hardest for. And I guess family still means everything. I did love the message about like growing up and needing the people that meant the most throughout the journey of your life and how that still matters. I still really enjoyed that too. So, well, those are my thoughts on Labyrinth. I can't believe this movie's 40 years old, but what are we going to do? But what did you think? Let me know in the comments below. But that's going to do it for this episode of Family Movie Night. Be sure to like, rate, and subscribe to anything and everything SPDM Crew, wherever you get your podcast. Join us on social media on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Blue Sky at SPDM Crew. Check out our list labeled Family Movie Night and follow us on Letterboxd at MLHilty2452. Shout out to HiFlyer Creative Studios for making our awesome logo. Greatly appreciate their support. And if you've got any marketing, logo, or brand standard needs, contact them at HiFlyerCreative.com. Check out the other shows on our network. We've got a lot of great content. Really proud of the work that everyone's doing. So please check out the other shows on the SPDM Crew Podcasting Network. And finally, if you've got a podcast idea or you're interested in being part of the SPDM Crew as a guest or collaborating, email us at spdmcrew@gmail.com. Until next time, happy watching, friends.